Guys, I fucked up big time. I fucked up super massive big time. I lost the commentary track that I originally had for this episode of Fallout 4. And I think it was a pretty good one too. I lost all of my fucking audio. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm watching the video right now on my MacBook that I recorded from like my original gameplay, and I'm just gonna commentate over it so we can still have a video, so there can still be an episode 2 and then an episode 3, and things can move on as normal. I have no idea. I don't remember what I was talking about. This was like yesterday. Shit. I lost it all. This is so sad. I totally fucked up, guys. But it's okay. It's okay. It won't happen again. I know like how it happened. I accidentally imported the episode 1 audio twice, and then I didn't copy the episode 2 audio before I deleted it. But it's fine. I remember. I'll try to remember what I was like going on about. You know, I remember asking him about the holotape, and he was all like, "Oh, this is the thing that you go find somewhere in the whole world." I love Codsworth. He's cool. I'm so distraught, and completely shocked at what has just happened. But what is great about this, I guess, is that I know how long this episode's gonna be. Just so you know, we're in for the 55-minute haul. And remember, anything dangerous, Codsworth? Is there anything dangerous out there? It totally sucks. I gotta try to like be funny again, and it really sucks. It really does. It really does. I know I say yes. You know, I'm like, you know what? Let's help him. I also accidentally equip Codsworth as my companion because they tell me that I can like have other companions. Or wait, I know. I was all like, oh, how high can you look up? Oh yeah, that's fine. And then oh wait, how early in the game am I? I think I'm still following him around. Yeah, no, I'm like, oh, Codsworth, what are you doing? You killing all the cockroaches? But actually, they're bloat flies. Oh my goodness, I lost so much progress. I'm like here. Look at that. Oh yeah, I gotta get the dog bowl. That comes in later. Or wait, yeah, I guess you don't even know about the dog yet. There is a dog in this game that I get pretty soon. There's also an ugly fucking cat on the wall. I also like that I'm picking up everything ever, and later that comes back to bite me because picking up every single object that you find is actually a really bad thing to do in this game because then you get encumbrance and you get slowed down from having too much shit in your backpack. But no, Codsworth's actually kind of cool. Oh no! Oh, the pumpkin. Okay, here's what I was saying. I was like, imagine like there's a nuclear bomb and you die and you hang, but before that you hang up this ugly ass pumpkin decoration and it's just there for people to remember for all time. That was what I was going off right there. But no, picking up shit is really bad, and I pick up the flag, and there's just everything. I was just still experimenting. I was like, oh, what can you even do in this game? And I was like, go gadget, activate television. It's crazy. I'm like slowly remembering what I was saying and shit. It was Codsworth, and he's like, oh, I'm British, blimey. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Oh no, Sean. Oh, I gotta find my son Sean. Never mind. The plot of this game is actually finding Nemo. And you gotta find Sean, bro. You gotta find Sean. The sheep? I don't know if I mentioned that before. I think I talked about Sean the sheep in episode 1. But like only a little bit. Yeah, I guess sarcastic. The characters actually like remember what you say later on or whatever. Not like specifically, but they like your attitudes. So I probably shouldn't have been sarcastic to Codsworth. You know, you gotta be nice to your buddies, and then you gotta be mean to your enemies. I think we're about to encounter a toilet with a plastic pumpkin. And, I totally fuck up this safe. No, lockpicking is actually really difficult. I was, like, reading the instructions. It is hard to do lockpicking, okay? I was not good at it. Also, I think maybe this is novice lock. So I guess it, like, was easy, and then I totally fucked it up. I have no idea. It is weird doing what I'm doing right now. I'm doing like a commentary over gameplay I already did, which I haven't done before because all the other times it's been like I'm playing the game at the same time. It's very different and weird. It feels kind of easier to do, but I don't think I would want to do it every time because it would take twice as long to do. And also playing the game would be less fun. I'm starting to have fun like doing it this way I don't know. I feel like I'm getting used to the commentary thing the more I do it, like just talking and talking and talking like forever. Because I'm noticing in some of the older episodes, like some of the early Tony Hawk shit, I was like having a lot of dead air and like focusing a bit on the game too much. But now I'm like getting a bit better at like talking and also doing things, especially in these. That I swear to God, I know you're gonna be like, what? Oh, whatever. This episode, whatever. But it was a really good fucking episode. Oh, I know what was going on. It was like the song. I was singing whatever song it was. I was like, I'll sing anyway, despite sucking at singing. But it's not as funny the second time I do it, unfortunately. We got a sink and a bathtub. I don't think there's a toilet in here. Every time there's a toilet in this game, I like go up to it and I'm like, would I use this? But it's not. I don't know. It's weird explaining the bit, and I feel like that bit has barely developed yet. Well, we'll do it later. I don't know. This is just very strange to do. Also, I totally lost the robot. I remember I was like, where the fuck is the robot? And I got completely sidetracked. Because I was trying to look for him. I was like looking on the compass. He just kind of abandons you at this point. And yeah, I was like spitting. But I was letting you know that you look at the compass. Trust me, guys. This whole video was just like, trust me, bro. This is what I was saying. Trust me. We gotta go here and over the workbench. Maybe if I like pretend that I'm still like in the current game, you know what I'm saying? Like if I pretend that this is happening live, that maybe the commentary will flow better and be more interesting. What do we got here? Was it armor workbench? Let's transfer. Oh, what do we got? The antique globe and the desk fan. How about we take all of these things? All right, and the handcuffs and the hubcap, gold, oil. It's all yours, my friend. We gotta take it all. All right, is it good? Am I gonna do it yet? I'm analyzing. Oh, I'm figuring out what buttons to press. Yeah, okay, I got it now. It's I press this button and it takes all the things. Okay, yeah, I don't want to craft though. Let's get out of my fancy Fallout Rolex. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Oh! I accidentally put my gun in there. Let me get my gun back. I need my gun. And is it still in the little hub thing? Yeah, it is. Okay, perfect. All right. Oh, let's go here. Oh, look at that thing. That yellow thing. Yeah, we put a robot there or something. And what do we got? Toolbox. Let's take everything because I love taking all the things. You know, like how they say it's giving, but this is taking. Oh no! I got duct tape. I got workbench. Oh, I'm gonna hit the workbench? No, I'm not gonna do that. Or the workshop? What's next? These tires. What did they lay out tires like it was a breadcrumb trail going out all the way here? What is next? What with a radio? With Go Gadget radio? What is this house? This house is kind of nice. I think I might rent for 10,000 per month. I think I might rent this house for that much. I think that's a fair price. Oh, what is a toilet? This is much more usable than the last one. It's kind of more clean and stuff. But also, why is the candle pretending to have light coming out of it, even though it's not on? It wouldn't even be on in this scenario. What? Wait a minute. I'm gonna look up and think that like, oh, maybe it's coming from the sunlight. Oh, the beautiful power of the sun. Ah! And it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt here and think that the candle is coming from the sun instead of from the candle, because that would be ridiculous. That would perhaps be bad game design, maybe, if the candle was emitting light despite not being on and not having a way to even be on in this situation, because if a person lit it 200 years ago, then it would be gone now. I don't know if I'm supposed to know it was 200 years. I think Codsworth told me it was 200 years. But yeah, it's been 200 years since I went in the ice chamber. Someone came back and decided it was time to kill this random guy's child. Or no, kidnap the child and kill the wife. I gotta remember that, because I keep forgetting. But let me see, where am I going to? Investigate Concord? I don't know if I'm going there yet. This is, they got fast travel. Let me just explore a bit and go on my own and let's go this way and figure out where my robot is. I'm trying to find my friend. Can I jump over the fence? Yeah, I can jump over the fence. What is this, Gate? The closing door gameplay? It goes crazy. All right, we're running around. Um, leave a comment if you think I'm insane. Like if you think I've lost my mind and going crazy, because that's actually true. That's what happened just now. Um, oh my, holy moly, holy moly! I love the little cat that says that. I talk about that in a future episode that I've recorded that isn't out yet. It's the Lego DC. I played with a friend. Um, let's see here. What's going on here? The car. Yeah, hopping on the car. Oh, and I went out of the water tower. I genuinely want to know this. Like, I wonder why water towers are shaped like that. Because I don't think that they just store water in those all the time. I think that water, like, flows through there, and that shape is probably better for water circulation. Also, look at this dead dog. Also, every time you take clothes off of a person, they become naked, which, like, really fucking sucks. Also, I'm remembering, I did a ton of commentary about, like, the songs that play on the radio, and, like, there's some really good bops on here. And I'm sad that I'll miss out on, like, commenting on a song every time, because I, like, every fucking time a song played, I'd be like, ooh, oh yeah, this is a bopping banger. Like, I was getting really into the songs. And there's the dog. There's my dog reaction, because I was like, oh my goodness, there's a dog. I think yeah, and he just kind of comes up to you, and, like, you have a dog now. Like, he doesn't even attack you or anything. Because I'm like, owner? And he's like, yeah, you are the owner now. Which is crazy. They also don't give this dog a name. Later, they call him Dog Meat, which is kind of rude. Like, you know, he's a dog, too. Also, you get to trade with the dog, but actually, it's just dog inventory. I remember being confused. I was like, what? Trading with the dog? Is it like a Minecraft villager? But it's like, no, you just get dog inventory. So we decide to give the dog a cigarette and a smoke pack and all these kinds of things because, you know, that's what dogs love. We give him the plastic pumpkin to put his dog treats in. We give him all my cigarettes, some other things. I think we gave him the flag because he's a patriotic dog. Yeah. Let me see what else I gave him. I don't exactly remember everything that I gave him. I think that might be it. I don't know. Ashtray? We gotta give him... Oh, no, I gotta remember. We give him the globe because the education system's totally fucked up in post-apocalypse world. So we gotta give this dog an antique globe so that he can learn geography. You know, it's education. It's all we could do. It's homeschooling at its finest. Also, we give this dog beer bottles because he's got to be an epic beer dog. You know, you hang out at the party. This dog is here. And he's having a great time. Like that dog from what was it, BoJack? I don't know anything about BoJack Horseman. I just know there's a dog character, and the horse guy is like depressed or whatever. It's you know, all I know is like that Family Guy bit where he's like normal things but a horse guy. Apparently all the fans of BoJack Horseman got really offended at that one. Also, wait, fetch? Oh wait, yeah, I remember. It was like items and stuff. I hit fetch assuming that I was gonna like have a cutscene playing ball with this dog, which is super awesome. And I guess also another thing, this game, you can pet the dog in this game. That is a thing. Just like in Hades, you can pet the dog. I don't know if there's a fishing minigame yet, but at least you can pet the dog. You know, we're half the way there to having a perfect 10 out of 10 experience. This is pretty cool, though. You know, it's a very open game. They give you a lot to do in a giant world of Boston to explore. A shitty, fucked up Boston, that is. Man, also, as I'm seeing myself pick up all these items, I'm remembering, like, later in episode 3, me dropping a lot of these items, because I'm like, I don't want to have these in my inventory anymore, because they're kind of useless junk. They put so much junk around, and my gamer brain is like, oh yeah, pick up everything, because it'll be useful later, but then it's not. Also, I got totally fucked up by mole rats here. I just was not expecting mole rats, and they spawn so many of them, okay? Like, the amount of enemies they throw at you in this game, like little ones, like these kind of like whatever enemies that take one hit to kill, they throw so many of them at you, okay? They throw so many at you. Like, later, I'm, like, going up to a lady in, like, a little settlement house or whatever, trying to talk to her, And then fucking like 12 billion mole rats show up and fuck up everything. It's ridiculous. And there's another one. It's like, come on, let me like relax. Let me relax for just a second. But no, we gotta kill more mole rats. It's nuts. It's actually nuts. Like how much they do. Like I'm just trying to like figure out the button layouts and do things. Also, I feel like I would enjoy this game a lot more if I was playing on PC. This feels like a PC-oriented game, because like using the sticks for camera movement is like fine, but it like creates a lot of jank, and your combat ends up not as good. And I feel like I suck at that in general. I feel like that's the thing about FPS games that really fuck me up. Also, I know what I was talking about here. Sugar bombs. They were being very ironic and super on the nose about the whole bomb thing. You know, the nuclear waste and falloutness going on. Yeah, what is this? What I'm picking up carton things. I remember I have to look through every file cabinet just to make sure. Glad I'm not doing that anymore. Also, this particular room is set up like Stanley Parable, like the one computer and the one desk and stuff. I don't know why. Like, my brain thought of that both times, like watching it again and when I was playing it the first time. But I know I didn't mention it the first time because I was like, oh, that's a dumb thing to say. But, you know, now going back on it, I'm like, no, that's a good thing to say. And also, there's so much stupid lore. I don't know if I talk about it later, but all these dumb computers have, like, unimportant dialogue on them, and it's like, I refer to it as stupid lore because it's like lore that's not really impactful to the main plot of the game. Because it's just like whatever. Like, I don't care about like random log entry number 18 from October of 1970, whatever. Like, come on, man. We don't care. And also, they have like base crafting or something. There's crafting. Because I'm discovering it here that you can like build parts. I don't know what this is for. I assume it's like this is for the more open world aspect of it, and you can kind of like create things at your own request in whatever zone, because there's like a border that you can see, like a little barrier around, but like I don't think that it's entirely important to do that. Yeah, also I hope I don't like lose any future commentary tracks that I had and have to do this again, because I would like this series specifically to be like have continuity, because I was kind of like role playing as if I was in the scene and like, oh, what's over here, let's go over here. Not entirely, but like I was to an extent, you know, inhabiting this character in this world and having a jolly good time, you know. Like right here, this just walking with your dog, it's like nice, you know. This game gives you a dog, they give you everything. They give you nice radio tunes. The radio tunes really help to get you immersed, because it really feels like you're just walking around and like listening to radio. Also, enemies will just show up. Like, you don't get much notice of an enemy popping up, and they like instantly hit you. Like, you don't know an enemy's there until it hits you, honestly. That's how this game works. Unless it's people, and then you can kind of see people and be like, oh, I gotta be careful and sneak around. But yeah, there's the giant mosquitoes. Also a cow with two heads. I remember, fuck. I did a really funny bit, and I'm gonna have to deliver it again. But it's like, oh, Mr. Cow, how many stars in the sky are usual, or what? I can't even do it again. I can't do that a second time. You just can't recreate the magic of some moments. I swear to God, it was really funny. But the thing, you know, about the thing with the two-headed cow, it's like some poem or story or whatever, where like a cow has two heads and it sees twice as many stars in the sky. I did a really funny riff on that because there's the two-headed like mutated radiation cow, but I can't even do that anymore because of I'm sorry. This whole episode is just me being pissed that I lost the episode and trying to recreate the magic. You know, back in my day, Fallout, New Vegas, whatever, you know, it's just not the same. It's just not the same, and it'll never be the same. But it's okay. We take the L and we move on and we try to do new things. I remember this one is advanced. I don't even try that one because I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm also curious about the lock that was at the start of the game. If I'm going to be able to like go back and get that one, like the fancy freeze gun or whatever it was. Excuse me. I gotta do a little bit of a, you know, a little bit of a burping, but, you know, off to the side, but not like a full gross burp, just a little bit of like, you get that feeling like you're gonna burp, and you only do kind of a little tiny one that isn't like the full like the gross shit. Also, the this whole like perk menu is very strange. I think this is my first time like interacting with it, or maybe it's not. Or level 2. Yeah, it definitely is. Then I was just so confused at like everything I was looking at. They don't explain to you these things at all. This game, I mean, honestly, it might just be that I'm not paying attention very well. But this game doesn't explain things to you very well. And it's not like a huge problem, but sometimes it leads to moments like this where I'm having to like read tons of things and stuff. Have you guys ever thought about like the notion of like people that don't often play video games are kind of blinded to this whole like subtle way that like video games will communicate to players? Like people that are used to playing games throughout most of their life know things about the way games work that people who don't play games have like no clue about at all. There's a really interesting video series about this where this guy tries to get like, I think it's his mom or something, or like a friend or whatever, to play games, and kind of like figuring out what things are difficult, because some things you don't realize are difficult to people who've never played a video game. And I think that's really like an interesting game design thing, because like it's just I'm trying to like phrase here. I don't know. Let me think of a specific example. Like I think it was one of the games that guy in the video got them to play was like Shovel Knight or something, and it's just like the act of platforming can be difficult sometimes. I know in the past I have gotten my own mom to try to play games sometimes, and she has like never played games ever as a kid or anything. And I notice a lot of the times, like my mom will do something very specific, and it's like if it's like a platformer or something, like a game where you can jump and move around, she will jump and then not move at the same time. And that's like a thing that is often required of a player, is to like jump over an obstacle or like jump over a pitfall. And my mom is like will jump and then move, which is like bad because the game wants you to jump and move all in one smooth jump arc motion. Also, oh wait, unrelated, back to the game. My friend has a PC that looks like this poster. That's why I'm like sticking on this poster for so long, talking about the Nuka-Cola girl. My friend's like computer used to like have that like decal on it or whatever. But no, back to what I was saying. Because you get what I'm saying though, right? The jumping and like moving all in one motion is, I feel like that's a thing for like older people that don't play games that much. I don't know. There's just a lot of like tactile movement things that you don't recognize as being difficult, but they are, and it's very interesting. And I think a lot more games need a lot more accessibility features too. Like some people are like, oh, whatever, but it's too easy mode for gamers. And yeah, sure, you don't want the games to be too easy mode, but like as long as there are like toggleable options to make a game more easy and even more difficult for some people that want that, I think that's like overall a really good thing for a lot of people. 'Cause like, I don't know, it's just better. Some people like are really fucking bad at games because they never play them, and they want to experience the joy of playing games, because everybody should be able to play games. But sometimes that's just not the case. And I mean, sometimes the inherent design of a game is antithetical to the idea that everyone should be able to play games, because some of them like maybe require like a certain sense that some people just don't like. People that are blind, it's a whole like very complex issue where a lot of games require you to look at them, a lot of video games, and not being able to see is a very big issue. And there are things that help, like audio cues that are very clear and stuff, and there are like I know of one game that is entirely audio cues that has no visuals at all, and that's kind of the reverse. But like, in general, stuff like that is always going to be the case. But I think in general, more people with less like, acute motor skills that haven't been doing this their entire life should still be able to enjoy games to an extent. We don't gotta get grandma to play Dark Souls, but can we get grandma to play Mario and like not die every, like second? And there's even a lot of things. I love Mario Wonder, which is the new Mario game, but I have noticed like there's some things about this game that are going to make it complex to understand for people that don't play games. They've gone in a much they've gone more complex. And you might be like, what, it's Mario, how is it complex at all? But like the badge system, that is like very much so complicated for someone who hasn't been playing games all their life. And I mean, in general, like kids are gonna kind of pick up on stuff like this very easily and quickly. But like, it's just older people who have already kind of gone past the age of being able to learn things very quickly. And you know what I'm saying. Like there's certain demographics of people that are gonna have a harder time with this. And the badge system in Mario, it is very simple. You just equip one badge, and that's fine and dandy. That's all you do. But like, I don't know. I feel like some people are gonna have a hard time with that. And you might be like, "What are you talking about? It's simple. It's just one." You gotta dumb it down and think about this from a perspective of like older people. Also, I was totally pissed at these people in this video game. And Fallout. We're gonna go back to Fallout 4 for a moment. I was like, "Hey, what's going on with the dog here? Where's my dog? And why are these people shooting at me?" Eventually, I pick up on it and I go kill them. But no, I just think it's very interesting. And I had my mom play this game called A Short Hike. It's a really good game. You should play it. It's really fun and short and good, and cheap too. And there was like parts of the game. So throughout it, you start with just one basic jump, and then you collect feathers that let you jump a bunch of times. And my mom got some of the feathers, but then she would get to like a certain point where she needed to kind of do a bit of platforming, and she couldn't do that at all. So I had to kind of she begged me and insisted for me to pick up the controller and do it for her. So I was like, I guess sure, because I kind of like encouraged her to do it on her own, and she tried, but it just it didn't work out. But I still consider that to be the only video game that she has beaten all on her own, is A Short Hike. And we had a good time playing that. Because it's like cute and fun, and there's like reading. And also another thing is reading in games. My mom, English is not her first language, because I am Peruvian and she's from Peru, the country in South America. But I'm half Peruvian because my dad's just like a white guy. But like, English isn't her first language, so a lot of games require a lot of reading too, which isn't like a problem necessarily. Of course, like reading is the medium through which we communicate everything, and it's like social media is reading, and like books are reading, and I don't know, but like still, it's just my mom had a difficult time with some of that, and had to read things very slowly, or not very slowly. I'm making it out like she's like stupid, but she's not. It's just it's a bit more difficult than like me, who English is my first language, and I read things fairly quickly, at least when I'm paying attention, and my mom is kind of on a slower level in reading English. Of course she's great at reading Spanish and speaking Spanish, but this is just, I noticed that in the game it was like that was a thing that would happen, and in games in general. I remember as a kid also, like funny story, like as a little toddler, I picked up Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, and I tried to convince my mom. I was like, no, Mom, you don't understand. It's kind of like a book because there's like a lot of words in it. And she was like, oh, okay, whatever. You can play the game some more because it's reading. And to an extent, that's a little true, but that was a like slightly bullshit thing. I knew I was like cheesing it, but I also knew that there was like a bit of truth in it. The best lies have a little bit of truth in them. Also, this password system is very silly. I think it's cells. I think cells is the correct word. I know I get it eventually. What's also funny is much later on in the game, they tell you like, hey, you got to go down to the basement and open the password and get the fusion core. But I had already done that. And then there was a dialogue option afterwards that was like, oh, I already did that, guys. Here's my fusion core. And then they're like, okay, awesome. Go get the thing. But like, they force you to listen to their entire thing explaining to you what to do, even though you've already done it, which is very lame. I wish that the game could just, recognize beforehand, and then they would kind of get into it, and then you could, like, interrupt them. I wish there was, like, an interrupt button that would make the dialogue flow more smoothly, because, like, the dialogue flows very badly in this game, because, like, the characters will say tons of things, and then your character says, like, 2 words, I think they should say a bit more. I would like, Mr. Weeback to say a bit more. I think it would be perhaps better. Also, the flow of this series is gonna be so whack because episode 1, I'm like being silly and like inhabiting this game and the character and shit, and then now like I'm doing a whole other talk about an entirely unrelated topic while playing the game. Sometimes I wish I could do this much more, but it's like my brain is more like it's like my brain power is divided between the game and my ability to talk over it, and I have to like balance this because like I want to be able to play the game good, but also I want to be able to like talk good, and I think it's a skill that you have to like, it's like a muscle, you got to practice it. And I think with this whole like Christmas break where I'm recording tons of videos every day, it's become like a real thing. I think genuinely I'm getting better at it, and I would like to do much more because I've only just begun. This is only episode like 10 or something of videos in general. Like, wait till I've recorded like 50 videos, and then I'll be really funny for you. Also, being funny is a whole thing. Some of my friends tell me that I'm funny, and sometimes I'm not funny, and it's a weird line because I think every group of people that I interact with has very different humor, and that's why I suck at like talking to people for the first time. Because, like, finding what is funny for a new group of people is really difficult. But once you've kind of dialed into, like, the sensibilities of a group of people that you're interacting with, then I can really kind of, like, explore things that are funny and tell jokes and say one-liners and stuff. I like, me, myself, I have my own kind of sensibilities of what I find funny. And I think that has changed over time as well. Because, as a little kid, I was like, oh, haha, the name Bob is hilarious. Because I was on the internet. Or like Neon Cat or whatever. I thought that shit was funny. But now, I look at things... Like, memes are very interesting. But that's a whole different thing. Meme culture is like a whole different thing. Like on the internet. Oh, yeah, I remember I was like, oh, look at this epic American mural in the game. And the epic mech suit, right now, I know what I was saying exactly. Oh my god, I was talking about the astronauts, and this is like that's where we are in real world life, like it's that astronaut level. But we need to advance further to the epic American flag in the background with mech suit level of power. That's what we need to get. But anyway, I was talking like comedy and humor, like. I don't know, because I know, like, I tell jokes a lot. Like, I use the same joke a lot to different people. Because I like analyzing reactions to jokes and things that I say. And then that gives me a lot of data about stuff. That helps me notice what is funny to some people compared to others. And I use that. Like, I really do. And I really get upset when... I say something that is like really funny to one group of people, and then to someone else it ends up being offensive. And I get offended at that. I don't mean that it's like, oh, you're so sensitive. I mean like not offended. That was the wrong word to use. I get like kind of upset at myself for not having recognized that or whatever, or not picking up on that necessarily. I don't know what like a good example would be. But I think you get what I'm saying. Just like the act of saying something. Like, some people find things funny and others don't. And sometimes you gotta analyze the people and be like, are you, like, making fun of a group? And then I am, like, enforcing that. Or not enforcing. Was it encouraging that? Or, like, was enabling. Am I enabling you to be, like, making fun of someone for something that they can't change about themselves or something? Or do I look inward and is like, am I being offensive in that kind of way? Or sometimes it's a bit of both, or some mixture, or sometimes it's something else entirely. Like, sometimes it's just straight up like a joke that is not necessarily making fun of a particular group of people or whatever, or like a trait about people, and it's just something that someone doesn't find funny. Like, someone may find like a wordplay pun to be funny, and then some other people might not find a wordplay pun to be funny. Um, I just think it's interesting. I like really I pay attention to that a lot because I like being funny, and I think sometimes I'm really good at it, and sometimes I'm really bad at it. And usually when I'm really bad at it is when I am like meeting people for the first time. But after that, I get pretty good at it. You know, like I love discovering what makes people laugh. Because it's good stuff. And also like the meme, because me myself, like with memes, I am like, at least I consider myself very like in the know about internet culture and memes, because I am on social media a lot. I scroll Instagram a lot. I scroll TikTok a lot. So I see things that are funny, and you know, things that get reposted from other places like 4chan and Reddit. Like I don't go on Reddit or 4chan, but I see stuff that is from there pretty quickly compared to other people. Sometimes I mention memes, and then some people like have no idea what I'm talking about yet, and then I have to explain it. And that sucks because that kind of like takes out all of the humor in it through having to explain it. Because you know, it feels terrible to like hit a joke that you in your mind know is super funny because you know the meme, and then someone else doesn't know the meme, and they totally goes over their heads, no clue what you're talking about. It just like bombs. The fallout. But no, like, you know, when a joke bombs, it really feels terrible because I'm like, oh man, this was funny, but you don't have the knowledge to get it, and now I have to give you knowledge, and it becomes a whole thing. Or sometimes I don't even, you know, if it's like really bad, I'm just like, yeah, you know, it was a meme, and it's like I don't have the capacity to explain it to you right now. But it's, I don't know, it's a whole thing. And sometimes I wish I was a little less like in the know, so then I could, you know, think of things. Also, I say often that a lot of my jokes are just stolen from Twitter. I think the whole thing I think telling jokes that you've seen on the internet that are just tweets or like Reddit posts or whatever, I think you can do it. I think you can just retell a joke someone else told. But the thing is, you gotta bring your own delivery to it. Because I love like delivery of jokes. I think that is one of the most crucial things that so many people mess up. Like some people say something that I know would be really funny if they like put more of their heart and soul into telling it better. And that's something I really like to do a lot, is like to really like put energy into saying something in a way that will be delivered funny. Sometimes I say things that I know like aren't even really that funny, but just because of the way I tell it, it becomes funny to people. Because sometimes, you know, just like playing a character and doing a delivery is a thing that people will enjoy. And I know right now in the game what I'm doing is I have too much inventory. See, it came back to bite me in the ass from earlier. And I have to drop things. And honestly, early on when I was just like, no, I really want my desk fans, it was hard to decide what to drop. But later on, I become more aware of what things are actually useful and which things are like stupid and I don't need them. And also I think what's funny is when you drop things in the menu, like you drop a lot of shit in the menu, you exit the menu and all of it just fucking plops on the ground. It's kind of silly. But yeah, no, it's like, let me try to find an example of like a joke or something that like, I don't know, not even a joke, like, let me tell you the fucking, like, the airplane thing that, you know, Jerry Seinfeld, he's like, what's the deal with airplane food? It's so, or wait, what's the deal with airline food? It's so plain. You know, like, you can say that in the most boring way. You could be like, what's the deal with airline food? You know, it's so plain. But you could also tell it with more energy. You know, you could just like cause a whole ruckus. You could walk in the scene dramatically and be like, dude, what's the deal with airline food? And they're like, you know, if you freak out, people will like freak out with you. This may sound really dumb and this may make no sense, but I swear to God, the way you tell things in general has a huge impact on it. And that even applies to things that aren't jokes. The way you can deliver like a line in a way that will get people to feel things if you really feel it. And it's kind of like, I guess this is like acting in a sense, but it's not really acting if you like really believe in what you're saying. Um, in general, like I try to do this throughout my life, but it's really hard to do it with people you just met because you kind of become cringe. You have to embrace being a little bit cringe in order to get to the outcome of being awesome and people like you and stuff. Um, and at first, it's so hard. I always get nervous when meeting people for the first time. I'm like, I don't want to mess up and say something that is wrong and like, I don't know, come off as like a bad person or cringe or whatever and like lame. You don't want to be lame. That's the hugest thing. It's like, oh man, I don't want to be lame. But when you get over that hill, it's very cool. And making friends is fun, guys. Go out there in the comments, make some friends. Go out in real life and make some friends. Um, Comment how many friends you got. Um, and I don't know, yeah. And also, like, your own like sense of what is funny changes over time. I mentioned this earlier, but like really, like with like things that you found funny years ago, you look back at now and you're like, oh my god, like that was terrible, or just like that was lame and not funny. Um, and that's just part of like growth. Growing up, growing up here. I like this guy, this Preston guy in the game. He's got a cool hat. He's got a cool character design. I don't know if it was this episode or the next one, but I'll tell you, they did a really bang up job designing this character. I know later there's like a really annoying walk sequence with this character and like his whole group of people where they walk like so slowly. It's infuriating actually, and they don't pick up the pace. If you run past them, they do not pick up they just walk, and you got to follow them all the way to the destination or whatever. It's so bad. It's literally so bad. Also, this is Sturgis. He's the computer hacking guy. I do remember I remarked on his hair being like one of the hair pieces from the character creator. And I was like, oh, you got the power armor? And he's all like, let me explain to you. You got to go into the basement and get the gate open. This guy's a hacker guy, and he couldn't even open the delivery gate for or the thing with the fusion core that I got earlier. He couldn't even open it. This is your hacker, and I'm fucking like better than him. I know it's for the game, but like, come on, Sturgis. Come on, man. Come on. What are you doing? You got like a VR goggle headset, and you can't even hack the computer. Look at me. I got real goggles on. I got funny goggles that are like circular, like precisely overlaying my eyes. Like what? I don't know. There's a lot of silly headgear and silly costumes. I'm like full of like raider armor, like leather legs and pants and stuff. Also, I think this is my first like opportunity looking at my own character after I like put on all those clothes. And I gotta say, I look funky. I remember reacting. I was like, "Oh, I look funny," because I forgot to check like what my character looked like after putting on all those different clothes than like the vault suit. But yeah, it's neat. These characters talk to you for a long time, which is fair because there's a lot of things to talk about. But yeah, the hacker guy, and that's Sturgis. There's Mama Murphy also, and I remember instantly I was like, oh, she is creepy. She is creepy. Hey yo, she's like an oracle, like future teller. Her name is Mama Murphy. And she gives me the creeps. I think I go up to her, and she's the one who tells me it was like her dog. And it's named Dog Meat, which kind of I guess makes sense with how weird she is. Maybe she doesn't see this dog as a human person that can have a human name. We give dogs like these characteristics by naming them, and it's like, oh, this is a little more like a person now. It's like a character now that we've named it, but she just names it Dog Meat, which is ridiculous. And she's like, oh, I'm so old, and I'm going to tell you the prophecies and oracles and everything. That's another thing. Funny voices. I wish I could do more funny voices better. I feel like I'm very surface level at, like, hitting a voice. I can't even do Kermit. I can try and be like, oh, Kermit. Like, I'm not good at doing Kermit the Frog. And that's, like, a very basic voice that a lot of people can do. I don't know. Most of my voices are just like serious guy or like old man. Those are two I can do pretty well. Or like the nerd character, he's like,
well, actually, this game is very cool because there's guns and yeah, and you could shoot them.
that's kind of like the nerd voice a little bit. You gotta like physically get involved. There's a thing voice actors do a lot where they will get physically involved. Wait, hold on. Pause my thought. She is pissed off. She is pissed off at me, and I don't know why. She is just so pissed all the time. She gives me the evil side eye, and I'm like, dude, I literally helped you out, and I'm gonna continue to help you out. And she continues to be pissed off at me. I don't know why. Everyone else here is fucking cool with me. The dog's cool with me. The Preston's cool with it. This Marcy Long girl is pissed off, and I got no clue why. But no, right there even. What I was saying, like people, like voice actors will get involved, like physically in their characters. Like you gotta move your hands around a bit. And you gotta like move your head around a bit and move your body. Get your body involved in the voice you're doing, and what you're saying will come off better. Especially if people look at you visually. There's another thing. I do with my roommate and their friends a lot. Is like visual bits, like gags and jokes where that involve my body physically and the positioning and like, you know, me in like a physical space. Because I think that leads to a lot of funny things. Not necessarily just like a slapstick kind of joke or whatever. But also, wait, right here. I was like confused at what to do. Even though everyone in that room just explained to me what I was doing here. And I was like, oh, I remember I get the minigun and then I get in the suit and I kill the people. And also I suck at this. I'm going to not like finish this side quest until the next episode. Because I like die twice to the death monster. And I remember I was like, is this even possible? Is it even possible to kill the death monster? Sorry. Literally the moment I tried again after the third episode, like taking a break and then recording again, I like instantly do the mission fine. You know, I guess I wasn't locked in. I guess I was quite the opposite of being locked in. But anyways, like no, like physical like jokes like about your body. There's one I really love that is and also I'm gonna explain it and it's not gonna be funny anymore because I explained it and you're gonna be like, wait, this joke isn't funny. It's because I explained it. Explaining a joke makes it not funny. You just have to do a joke for it to be funny. But I can't do this joke in the form of an audio commentary because it requires visuals. So it was this one tweet I saw where it was like my candle just told a really funny joke, but I have to go soon. And it was a clip of someone like laughing really intensely and then they like shift their face and their mood and then like blow out like they're like kind of sighing or whatever, but it's like but like mouth closed, like tight mouth or whatever, like I don't know if that came through, but I was blowing like the face you make when you whistle, like the like whistling face. And they blow just like whoo, like blowing out, and this person kind of like overdubbed that with the caption of like, oh, me when I tell a funny joke, but I gotta go soon. And then I did that to my friends. I said that as if it were my own. Again, you know, stealing a tweet, it's a thing you can do if you deliver it well. And like I was like so, you know, I said it, I kind of like proclaimed the caption before physically enacting the bit. I was like, to my roommate, I was just like, when your candle tells a funny joke, but you gotta leave soon. And then I walk over to the table, and then I laugh, like I do a fake, like, ha 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 ha, ha kind of laugh. And then I bend down to the table's level and like pretend to blow out a candle, and then I leave out the door. And it's funny, partially because of, you know, it's like silly or whatever, but because of the, like, I was really in the character, the shit, you know, like end scene, you know, like, take this sage advice and go into the world and say funny jokes. It's all about improv. Yes, and the shit out of everything. It's great. Also, I fall in this hole. There's like a random hole here, and it fucks me up. But no, I'm surprised they like throw you in with a death claw right at this part of the game, because you're like barely even in the know about anything. I don't know. I wish that this death claw had less health too, because in the second run, what happens is actually I waste so much ammo on like the little guys that I don't have enough ammo for the death claw, and then I can't kill it, and I run out of ammo, and I have like no means to kill it anymore, and it ends up killing me after I run around a little bit and try to escape. And I think I even like get out of the power suit before doing it. Like I do this a few times and then I give up because I'm like, I don't know, I need to take a break. And what I actually did is I looked up a walkthrough of this part of the game to see if I was like in the right mind. I was like, am I supposed to kill these people and the Deathclaw, or am I supposed to run away from the Deathclaw? Because I was almost under the impression that I was meant to run away from the Deathclaw. But I was like, oh no, actually, I'm just supposed to kill it, and I just need to get good. Which was a silly realization. I feel sad for all the real Fallout fans watching me play this game, and they're going to be so mad. They're going to be like, you don't even know anything about how to play Fallout games. You totally suck balls, and your life sucks, and everything you do is worthless. No, dude, listen. I never played any of these before. Okay, chill. I never played any of these before, and I don't play FPS games that often. I don't play first-person stuff very frequently, okay, buddy? I'm just out here from the prairie. I don't do this very often. Also, another thing, with being, like, funny, you really risk, like, people, like, taking you at, like, face value or whatever and being like, oh, shut up, you're not funny, you're just cringe, like, on the internet. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of, like, videos of some kid, like, trying to be funny, and you can tell it's like, oh, yeah, this kid is cringe. But my number one principle of just people online, and, like, I find a video cringe, I can have the opinion that it's cringe, but I think the most important thing to do is to not, like, interact with the post in a negative way. Like, don't make a hate comment. Don't, like, make a hate comment. You know, you can send it to your friends even and be like, look at this guy, he's so cringe. But I never want to be the guy that is bullying someone online. I think that is just very lame, and I'd much rather bully them in person. Ha, yeah. No. It's just lame to do, you know. But, you know, of course you can, like, be like, oh yeah, this guy sucks, like, whatever, this guy's lame as shit, the little kid, he doesn't know anything. But I just think dogpiling hate onto a little kid or whatever is, like, super lame. Even, like, someone that's older, like an adult, like teenager, whatever, grown-up person that is, like, cringe on the internet, you know, don't go around hating, you know. It's not good. Just go around, if anything, like, I guess constructive criticism is fine, but I don't even think that, I think a lot of those people that are like that won't listen to that kind of advice. They'd be like, if you want to be funny, you should actually focus more on blah blah blah, like that. You know, they don't want to listen to that kind of advice. They need to seek that out on their own, or like seek out life experiences on their own that will give them that kind of skill. Because the thing, honestly, with me, like, my social skills are not the greatest. Like, I think a lot of, like, social confidence is something that I'm not nearly as good at. And I wish I was better at it, and it just requires skill and experience. And I as much as I don't like the experience of meeting new people, it is very valuable, and it's something you really got to do a lot. Meet new people, and talk, because it's something you get better at with experience, and I think I need to do a lot more of that, honestly. Just meeting new people and talking. Not even people that are going to be a lifelong connection to you, but just, like, you know, talking to people. And sometimes, you know, like, sometimes you want to make people that are going to be, like, a lifelong connection. But you don't need that every time. Sometimes you just need a chat with a dude to get your chat muscle going. You know, you get your talky yapper going on. Everyone in this game is a yapper. Yeah, I totally die here. I lose. I use all my stim packs and get fucked over because I have no gun ammo. I don't know how much they give you, but it's not enough. They need to give you more. I mean, it is enough to do it, but it's not enough for me being a novice noob guy to go up and be like, what's going on here? How do I kill the monster? And I fuck it up, and I have no means to, like, hit him anymore. Like, I ran out of ammo. I don't know if there's, like, a melee attack or if I can drop the gun and start punching or something, but, like, or if there's more ammo somewhere else. I just genuinely don't know. What is cool, though, is if you do this and you have ammo left over, they let you keep the minigun. Like, you escape the power suit kind of runs out of power at some point, but you get to keep, like, using the minigun if it has ammo left. Like, I think I still have it in episode 3, and I'm running around with it for a bit. I kind of waste it because I'm like, oh wait, I can't change weapons very efficiently yet because I'm not good at pressing the buttons to do so. But yeah, they let you do that. I don't know. It's very interesting. I am a fan of this game so far. I remember liking it as a kid, like at least watching it, because I watched my dad play it on PlayStation. I forgot if I mentioned, my dad played Fallout 3 on PlayStation 3 and then 4 on PlayStation 4. I watched him play a lot of both of those because I was into it. I was like, oh, what's going on here? But I never played on my own because, you know, I was too little to engage, and I was too not good at games to do it. But at some point I did. Oh shit, I totally didn't even talk about the game club. Anyways, see you next time.